William Russell was undoubtedly one of the best players in NBA history. He led his high school team to 3 state championships and got a scholarship to the University of San Francisco. The team won consecutive NCAA titles in 1955 and 56, and he also won an Olympic gold medal in Melbourne. He got drafted by the Boston Celtics in 56, and that year commanded the team to the best record in the NBA and the title that year. Over 12 years, they played in 11 NBA Finals, winning 10 of them. In 1966, he took over the role of player coach and led the team to 2 more titles in 68 and 69. After 69, he retired and was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1975.
Russell is no stranger to racism. As a child, he and his family had to move from their regular home to government-owned housing to escape racism and bigotry that they faced on a daily basis. Through his professional career, he and his fellow African-American colleagues experienced racism all the time, whether it be being denied service at a hotel or service at a restaurant. The refusal of service at hotels and restaurants caused these athletes to refuse to partake in the following exhibition games. This only made them icons in the black community and did not affect their professional careers.
Because it was the Jim Crow era and blacks were a rarity in sports, Russell and his family were greatly ridiculed and discriminated against. Because of this racism, the Russell family moved to Oakland, California, where Bill became a part of the McClemens High School basketball team, which started his career.
Despite his previous encounters with racism, Bill Russell had many influential white people throughout his career. His coaches through high school, university, and his NBA career were all white males. They influenced him and made him the elite basketball player that he is today.
There were many beneficial moments for Bill Russell. Most importantly, when he obtained the scholarship to the University of San Francisco to play for their college team, where he led the team to consecutive NCAA titles in 55 and 56. Another promising moment in his career was when he took over as coach for the Boston Celtics while still maintaining his presence in the game. Pushing his teamwork style tactics, the Celtics went on to win the NBA title that year.
Due to the nature of the Jim Crow era, Bill Russell was ridiculed on a daily basis by everyday civilians. Bigotry and racism played a big part in influencing the media. This is why blacks were overlooked and ignored and did not reach headlines of newspapers. Despite the fact that Bill Russell was one of the best players during his time, he never made it to the headlines of newspapers or was featured on televised events.
Bill Russell was not only a good basketball player, but he was a huge role model in society. Being an advocate for civil rights and being the first celebrity to call himself black when Negro was the accepted term at the time. At least twice, Russell refused to play in a scheduled game when his black teammates were given inferior accommodations. Also, of course, innovating the concept of defense in the game itself and contributing to a number of rule changes made because of his influence on the game. The spark that ignited Bill Russell's drive to succeed, both in the game of basketball and overcoming racism, was the passing of his mother. In honor of his mother, he decided to dedicate more time to basketball and academics, which led to the development of his basketball career and well-being.
All in all, Bill Russell will be remembered as one of the most elite basketball players to take foot on the court, as well as being a very powerful civil rights activist, while fighting through adversity as strong as racism. Bill Russell will be remembered as a legend who changed not only how we play the game, but the face of the game. His accomplishments are bountiful on and off the court.
Bill Russell is now 80 years old and still very involved in the game of basketball. He is also a well-respected role model and a very influential civil advocate. He will always be remembered as one of the greatest basketball players of all time and a contributor to the breaking of the color barrier.